Chris, just curious if you could take us into what was said in halftime, and I guess those first 3 minutes out of the second half felt like the best, I guess, effort-wise and energy-wise you guys showed all night.
I wish I could, but I can't. It was fairly intense. We were obviously very disappointed with the results of the first half. Just surprised by our lack of urgency, if you will. We got some veteran guys. They've been there, done that. Really thought we could lean on them a little bit going into this type of environment, and we just didn't. We just were on our heels. We were on our toes. We let them dictate everything. Just got behind and couldn't wait to get to halftime.
Chris, I know it's 3 straight games now where we all have allowed 70-plus points. I know one of those came in a win, but have you pinpointed something that's maybe slacked off a bit with y'all's defense in the last few games?
Well, we're playing better teams. That's certainly a part of it. We've had some great opponents already in the early part of the SEC season, and that's what happens. More often than not, you play your non-league, and then you get in the league and you get exposed a little bit, and now we got to go back to work and figure out how we can get better on that end of the floor.
Chris, this Kentucky team, 75% from twos tonight, obviously came in as one of the best three-point shooting teams in the country. Just what makes them so difficult to stop from watching them on film and then tonight?
I'm sure I sound like a broken record with the other coaches talking about them, but they have so many facilitators and playmakers. They got 2 guys that come off the bench that could start on a lot of college basketball teams across the country at any level, and what a luxury to have 4 guys at the guard position that are interchangeable and are all a little bit different and are really good basketball players in their own right, and they seem to like each other and share the ball, and then they've got other players as well, but they just spread you out. They just spread you out because they do shoot the ball so well from 3. They got guys that can get downhill on you. They got the lob threats that are behind the defense, and they put a lot of pressure on you defensively.
Chris, going back to that first question, I guess, how concerning is it that you're getting sort of that energy and being on your heels, I guess, feel from a team that has so many veteran guys and that have been around these situations before and all that in their career?
I'm not. Just one game on the road. You've seen us enough. That isn't always the situation. For whatever reason it was tonight, I was surprised, disappointed, but I don't think it'll continue to happen.
Chris, going into tonight, Kentucky was struggling a little bit guarding the pick and roll and then perimeter defense. What did you see from that on tape, and what adjustments did they make to have some more success there tonight?
Yeah, I'd have to watch the tape to talk about any adjustments that they made, in that particular part of the game. But, pick and roll is such a big part of basketball now. Everybody's doing it, and we certainly, tried to get into that as well. And we had some good plays, some bad plays.
Anyone else?
Just with Josh tonight, did you feel it was a case of shots not going down for him, or maybe what was struggling for him on the offensive end?
I'm not in their team room, so I don't know what their plan was, but from where I stood, I thought they were very attentive to Josh, rightfully so, and I'm sure he was pretty high up on the scouting report, and it seemed like when he got the ball, they were trying to, take away his space, and then when there's any sort of ball screen, they were staying as long as they needed to make sure he wasn't getting a shot off, and, they just did a good job on him. They did a good job on him, and for whatever reason, he could never get it going, and, he's had some great games for us. He's been a guy that we've leaned on to score, and when, he doesn't have a great night, we're not as good a basketball team.
Coach, the good people down here in Corbin, Kentucky were kind of wondering what was going on with Andrew Taylor. Are you able to share any more perspective on that, and have you spoken to him at all?
Yeah, like I've been saying, it's a personal matter.
Chris, we've asked a version of this question after losses before, but you have the big win against Kentucky a week ago, and you're out of sort of this 4-game gauntlet to start SEC play, and the schedule opens up a little bit. How do you sort of flush these last 2 games and get things back on track going to Vanderbilt?
We beat Tennessee last week, not Kentucky.
That's what I meant.
That's just the way it is. You have to. You don't have a choice. You dwell on it too long, it becomes a problem. We got to certainly sit in it for a while, but on the way home, we'll always start working on our next opponent, which is Vanderbilt on Saturday. And this is only my second go-around in the league, but it's unforgiving, and you can't dwell too long. You've got to learn, grow, and flush it, like you said, and move on. Thank you.
Thank you very much.